Hello, friends. Welcome. Sail Happy Home. I'm happy to be here with you today with another installment of my ongoing series, Super Aging. And today I'm going to talk to you about the quickest, simplest, most impactful activity that you can do each and every day of your life to be a super ager, to stay youthful and healthy. Now, we have to keep in mind the reason that super aging is so important isn't necessarily because we're trying to avoid the inevitable. We know we're all going to die someday, but how do you want to die? Do you want to die as a healthy, vibrant person, knowing that you lived each and every day of your life, giving it your all, and enjoying it, free of disease, free of limitations due to injuries or health concerns? Do you want to go to your last day leaving nothing but massive medical bills for your loved ones and they get their inheritances drained by all that? No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that to ourselves. We don't want to do that to our loved ones. So being a super ager is not just holding you accountable for your own life, but being accountable and responsible to those loved ones that you are leaving behind, because they're depending on you to be able to take care of yourself. Because when we get older, no one, our children, our loved ones, nobody wants to have to think about getting us home health care, which is going to drain you financially, letting God knows who into your home. They don't want to put you in nursing homes where you're going to be among, God knows who taking care of you. So it is important that we fight every single day to stay as healthy and vibrant as possible for our own independence, if nothing else. And one of the simplest, most basic things that you can do is get your steps in every day. Walking will save your life. Now, my goal is 10,000 or more steps a day. I have an advantage because I have a treadmill here that I can use at my will, and my desk is a rising desk, so when I need extra steps or I need to stretch, I can rise that desk up and continue working through my workday and still get my steps in. And I live in a big house, so just going up to get a cup of coffee could be 300-400 steps or more. Now, you can get creative with your steps too. Okay. Oh, and to prove to you that it's very effective and it works, this, I've lost 30, 35, 36 pounds, I think. I'm not good at math. But this just fit last year. And now, as you can see, it's pretty baggy. The shirt I wore yesterday, same thing. See, I'm getting there. And I'm done with the yo-yo. I'm never going back to the weight that I was on October 20th, 2025, and I am never going back to the yo-yo dieting, because I'm doing it one day at a time and making life changes and life choices that will keep the weight off permanently, build muscle, and keep my brain and body youthful. And steps are imperative for that. I want to give you a little bit of statistic here, so let me put the reflectors on. I'm getting contacts, baby. I'm telling you. This is the year. So I was looking into the basic health benefits of steps. Okay. Walking is one of the best quiet cardio workouts you can get. It lowers blood pressure, improves circulation, strengthens your heart muscle, reduces the risk of disease, heart disease and stroke. Even moderate pace walking adds up to a big win overall. It burns fat and breaks weight loss plateaus. It burns extra calories without stressing your body, encourages your body to use stored fat for fuel, and helps push past weight loss plateaus. And the magic here is consistency plus volume, not intensity. That's what's so great. It improves mood and reduces stress. Literally, walking changes your brain chemistry. It releases endorphins, those feel-good hormones, lowers cholesterol, and can ease anxiety and even mild depression. Especially important is strengthening muscles and joints. It builds leg strength in your quads, hamstrings, and calves. It supports joint stability and helps reduce stiffness and pain over time. And if you have any kind of arthritis or anything that causes stiffness and pains in your joints, it's going to help you. Gentle movement equals healing movement. It helps your body use insulin more effectively. So if you're a diabetic or a pre-diabetic, it lowers blood sugar and prevents blood sugar spikes after meals. It reduces the risk of type 2 diabetes complications. Even short walks after eating can make a real difference. It also improves your sleep quality, helps regulate your body clock, makes it easier to fall asleep, promotes deeper sleep, especially if you're getting your steps earlier in the day. It boosts your metabolism. Walking keeps your metabolism on. It keeps that switch on all day. It prevents long sedentary slowdowns. It keeps calories burning steady throughout the day and supports long-term permanent weight loss. And the kicker here, it improves your chances of longevity. Why? People who walk more live longer. This is scientific evidence based on many years of scientific research. Even something as 7,000 to 10,000 steps a day significantly lowers the risk of early death. It's one of the simplest and most basic habits with the biggest payoff. Now, you do have to understand, though, that when you start to increase your steps and you go on a step regimen each and every day, your body will temporarily hold on to extra water, because when you stress out a muscle group, all of the blood and the oxygen and excess fluids rush to that part of your body because it thinks that something is wrong, and it needs that water to cushion and protect that area. And what happens is, after a couple of days, your body realizes that, oh, hey, this ain't killing anybody, I'm okay, and it lets go of that fluid. And you will notice, if you're watching your weight and you're putting yourself on the scale every day, you might notice that the scale might stall or bump up 1 or 2 pounds for a couple of days, but that 1 or 2 pounds is not fat gain, it's fluid gain, and your body will release it in a couple of days. 10,000 plus steps a day, stronger weight loss and best metabolic effects. 12,000 steps a day is total fat burning each and every one of those days. And 7,000 to 8,000 steps will give you good health benefits, but you can do more. And the more steps you do, the more steps you want to take, the easier it gets for you to take those steps. Now, I know I'm going to look really silly here, but there are so many ways that you can get creative with steps. Some people don't like to walk. Well, you can get creative with it, and you can engage other aspects of your body, other muscle groups with your body, if you use your imagination. Okay, so when you're walking, you can walk in place like this. You can get a little movement in there. You're still taking your steps, they're still getting counted, but you're including some flexibility and balance in there. You can get some twists in there with your hips. As you take a step, twist those hips and get that waistline in there. You can stiffen your arms and go like this while you're doing it. You can run in place. You can march in place. And if you are using a smart device to count your steps, Fitbits, Smart Ring, my Oura Ring here, they don't sponsor me, but this is my lifeline to my health information, or a smartwatch. There is a trick you got to understand. What these do is they don't calculate your steps on your feet. They calculate the natural sway of your arm. So if you are walking through Walmart thinking, hey, this place is big as an airport, I'm going to get so many steps in, and I can get 4,000 to 6,000 steps or more in one grocery shopping trip. Boom! The problem is if you're holding on to a cart, your arm movement is not in motion, and those steps will not count. So if you're walking through Walmart or something, try to hold on to the cart as long as you can with one hand, okay? So that you can, get those steps counted. And the big thing that you have to settle with yourself is the urge to cheat. When you're tired, when you're bored, when you're fed up and you're frustrated, and you just sit there and sway your arm, thinking, oh, I'm going to count my steps. Cheating only cheats yourself and nobody else. You will not benefit from that cheating. It's not going to help you, okay? And I know Spamberger cheated her way through the Navy, and everybody thinks that she's a cheater, and she is a cheater, and she's a traitor, but, she's going to fall. She is going to fall. So don't cheat yourself by just sitting there and going like this, okay? It's not fair to yourself. Get real with yourself and look yourself in the mirror and go, you know what? I need to do this. And of course, as I've always said in these episodes in my ongoing series of super aging, is you have to get to and maintain a healthy weight. And walking, getting those steps in each day, whether it's on the treadmill or outside on the sidewalk or even running, okay? Running, whether you're running in place or running on a treadmill, steps count. And get creative with it. Put some dance moves in there. Get your body moving. You're still getting those steps in. You're still taking steps, but you're getting some engagement in some other areas of your body, and you're building those endorphins up so they're just going to burst forth and make you happy as a lunatic. So yeah, and take it from me. My clothes, as you can see, my clothes are getting baggier and baggier and baggier by the day. See that? I found a pair of pants last weekend at Walmart on the clearance rack for like $5, right? 4 sizes smaller than I was October 20th of 2025 when I started my super aging and weight loss journey. And you know what? I wore them the other day and they slipped off. Slipped off. No zipper, no button, nothing. They slipped off. So what I tell you is I'm giving you information and I'm giving you stories and insight based on my life-changing journey of weight loss and super aging. And I'm so close. I'm getting closer every day to my weight loss journey. But I'm also learning a lot about the human body and how it responds to activity, to the mental stressors in our lives, how it responds to nutrition, and how all of these things intrinsically work together to create a healthy mind and body. Because we cannot avoid death, but we can put it off as long as we can, and we can live as independently and vitally as we can to the very last breath that we take. You owe it to yourself, and you owe it to your family, because what you leave behind could be a great inheritance and a lot of wonderful memories, or you can leave behind the stress of court cases, probate, medical bills up the wazoo that drain your family. And then their memories of you are going to be wrought with pain and resentment and frustration. Remember, as we get older, we choose to be a burden on our families and ourselves, or live independently so that they too can live independently. We owe it to ourselves first and foremost, but because we have to be the best we can be for our family. It's like a parent of a young child. If you ignore yourself, if you neglect yourself, you're going to get sick, and then you're going to be no good for your family, for your child. It's the same thing when they're adults. You still are their parent. You still have to lead them. You still have to set the good examples. And if you start making these little changes each and every day, even if you're having a hard time with the weight loss, up those steps to 10 to 12,000 a day, and you will start to see remarkable results very quickly. And you will understand because how your body wants the right thing. When you start to work out and you start to build muscle and firm and tone your body and lose that fat, your body wants more and more of it. It becomes something that you love and something that you look forward to. It's just like eating healthy. Good example, last night I made some baked chicken. And I used a seasoning that I haven't really used before. It was kind of something that was in the back of the cabinet that I shied away from because, we're trying to eat a clean diet, a pure diet. And I thought, well, I'm going to put this on this, use this as a coating and put this on the chicken and just get it used up, right? And it was so salty. It was so bad that there was a couple of pieces left over and I ended up throwing them away. I know, it's a sin to throw food away, but this was really bad. And as I go through my weight loss journey and I am building my activity level, I can tell you that things like salt and sugar and carb-filled foods and processed foods, they don't taste the same. You are hypersensitive to that sugar and salt. You are hypersensitive to that heavy rock feeling in your gut. It doesn't feel good to eat them anymore. So after 5 months, just having a little bit of that salt on my chicken, it was like, it was so bad I couldn't even eat it. And that's a good sign. That means that your body is recalibrating itself by way of super aging mechanics. Do the nutritional thing. Get that clean organic diet going. Eat healthy for a while, and your body is going to give up on those processed foods, the salts, the sugars, the carbs, because they're addictive. Just like cigarettes or drugs or alcohol, they're addictive. And you're going to feel that pull to go back to them many, many times for that first 5 or 6 months of your weight loss journey. But after a while, when you do try to have one, you're going to just want to puke all over everything. So it does make a difference, and it changes you. It changes you for the better. And remember, dementia and Alzheimer's is running rampant in our society, and there are many things you can do to prevent it or avoid it from happening to you. Now, of course, science has, figured out that Alzheimer's and dementia, some people are going to get it whether they're healthy or not, whether they're at an optimal weight or not, no matter if they're young or they're old. Some people are predestined to it because of, prior injuries or diseases or something. But there are so many things that you can prevent and avoid by being a super ager. And getting your 10,000 or more steps in a day is a major step in your journey for super aging. And until next time, do good and be good.